Continuing on. I'm standing in front of the train station, but this town is as quiet as it's always been. I realize that the sun has started to set, the orange sky envelops the world.
Now, what should I do?
Today is May 2nd. According to the calendar, the latter half of the holidays will begin tomorrow. So Japan gets to enjoy spring break in May, while here in the South, we're forced to do the week before my birthday, St. Patty's Day week. While up north in New York and stuff, spring break is in the middle of April. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the middle of May the beginning of May being spring break. I'm just saying, people. I told Dojima-san that I was going to arrive today, but it seems he's been too busy with work to come get me. Ryotaro Dojima, he's my uncle, stayed with him last year. He's a detective with the Inaba police, and he's raising his elementary school-aged daughter Nanako by himself. It seems that he was suddenly contacted by a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department regarding last year's case and will have to work late. What happened last year was very serious, so I guess it's not too surprising he's so busy. He shouldn't have worried about it. I recall how apologetic he sounded over the phone and I can't help smiling. I told him that I knew the way over from the station, but a bag packed with necessities and souvenirs for everyone turns out to be quite a load. Nanako must be waiting for me alone at the house, so I want to get there as soon as possible too. To be honest, I don't know when the bus will come. Maybe I should just call for a taxi? This is, I'm thinking this.
Huh? Nanako?
Big bro!
It's Nanako. There's no way I'd mistake her.
You came to meet me all on your own?
Why did she come to the station all by herself? True, the Dojima residence is within walking distance, but it couldn't have been easy for her. And even though it's still light right now, it'll get dark soon and the country roads are barely lit. What would she have done if I had been there? I'm about to voice my concerns, but Nanako sounds slightly proud of what she says.
Don't worry, Dad knows about it. He gave me money for the bus. He
Aw.
said he couldn't make it, so I came instead. Welcome back, big bro. I wanted to see you so much.
Yo, dead ass, this would not fly in Florida unless the kid was like 12 and over. You see little kids are like my kid's age and stuff. No, they start. Yo, for real.
Thanks. I'm happy to see you again too.
See, she must have wanted to show me that she's grown up too. She's around that age after all. Okay. For a moment, I'm surprised that Dojima-san let her do this. But I can kind of imagine what kind of conversation took place. Nanako had always been a capable girl. Over the past year, her housekeeping skills have improved greatly, and she's proven herself to be very reliable. She takes the lead in many things within the house, and even Dojima-san can't compete with her sometimes. I can easily imagine that scene in my mind. And it's true that I'm glad someone came to welcome me. I take Nanako's hand and we begin walking side by side.
Well, no sense standing around here. What's in the fridge at home?
Lots. Dad and I bought a ton of stuff since you were coming to visit.
If Nanako says so, then he really must have bought a lot. Dojima-san said he'd pick up dinner for us, but if that's the case, maybe I should put together something to go with it. Ask Nanako what she wants to eat, and she looks back with a twinkle in her eyes.
Are you gonna cook dinner? Ooh,
Uh.
I wanna help.
No. Nanako and I make small talk while we walk through Inaba together for the first time in a little while. Being here makes me feel as though I've gone back in time to a year ago. After we get back to the Dojima home, I hurry and unpack my belongings before heading to the kitchen. Nanako helps me out as diligently as she had claimed earlier. The way she mixes eggs seems more skillful than before. You're such a good girl, Nanako.
Good evening. This is the Evening Journal with news for May 2nd.
Ay, Dios
Our
mío.
top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
Oh, crap. TV in the living room echoes through the house. Thinking back on it, it was quite often in this place. When I first came to Nanaba, Nanako was practically being raised by the television. There had been this odd sense of distance between us around that time. She hadn't started calling me big bro, and we didn't cook like we're doing now. It's the little things that bring back memories. Right as we're about making dinner, Dojima comes in. Nanako quickly gets up and rushes to the door. She seems so happy when her father comes home. Dojima's son apologizes about the sudden increase in his workload, and we all sit at the table and begin eating. Being here like this makes me feel like the 2 months I was gone never happened at all. There's a warm atmosphere, as if I've always been a part of this family and have lived here with them for my entire life. I thank both of them from deep in my heart. After I give them the souvenirs I brought for them, we enjoyed chatting with each other as a family. Hee-haw! Yo, Jack Frost in the on the left corner. That's what's up. Another familiar room. This is the room that was prepared for me on the second floor of the Dojima residence. Yo, straight up your uncle got you. Freaking Jack Frost. Nanako had fallen asleep after all the excitement. They're carrying her to her room. I tell my uncle that I'll be going to bed early as well, since I have plans. All he said was, okay, gesturing towards the second floor. I'm a little perplexed by this, but I have my suspicions. And as I opened the door to my old room, it seems I was right. The room is no different than it had been while I was living here. It's exactly the same as it was when I left Inaba. I closed the door with a feeling of wistfulness. As I sit down on my sofa and consider my uncle's thoughtfulness, I sigh in exhaustion from the long journey. I'll be able to see my friends tomorrow. Considering that there are still several days left in the holiday, it may be nice to leave early tomorrow and go visit the shopping district.
It's raining.
My neck hurts, my chest hurts, my chest hurts. The time is just before midnight. In mere moments, it will be a new day. Whenever it rains at night, I end up checking the time. While I spent the last year in Naba, I was always checking for the Midnight Channel, which is a popular urban legend here in Naba. It's a bad habit of mine, even when I'm not here. If you look at a turned off TV at midnight on a rainy night, you will see your soulmate. Discovering that this rumor was actually true was the first reason why I became involved in the murder investigation last year. But the person who actually appears on the Midnight Channel isn't your soulmate. It's the next victim. After discovering this, we all nervously sat before our TVs on rainy nights in order to solve the case.
That brings back some memories. Nothing will show anymore, though.
Will nothing really appear, though? I suddenly have doubts. Why would I think that? After we solved the case, we all confirmed that the Midnight...
They are friends, yet powerful foes.
Oh, shoot.
The desperate fighting program amongst high school students.
What?
A new legend is about to start.
Yo! Looks like New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Ultimax, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muscles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep into realms of romance,
Let's get a steel chair!
brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Oh, baby.
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
Bro, it looks like the G1 art design of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And even the art style of Fire Pro Wrestling World. That's dope.
What on earth was that?
Yo, I dig this shit, for real.
What?
Nani?
Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel?
Called you a sister complex king for this too. I'm impressed. There's nothing wrong with that phrase. I don't know where to begin. I don't know. That seems. No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Those words aren't the problem here. I hurry to make sure the TV isn't plugged in. That was the Midnight Channel. What it was actually showing was rather ridiculous, but thinking back, everything the Midnight Channel showed last year didn't make much sense either. I was suddenly gripped by tension. But the Midnight Channel is appearing again. I have to find out why. I pull out my cell phone and search for Yosuke's number.
Let's see, H. Hanamura Yosuke.
I quickly hit the call button. Does everyone know about this? Is everyone aware that the Midnight Channel is still being broadcasted? They know that it's showing us? And that we've been given taglines that can only be described as uncharitable?
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
I can tell what's going on just by the sound of his voice. Yosuke knows about what's happened on the Midnight Channel just now, and he's trying to hide that from me. Considering that I've been out of Inaba for a while, I bet he's trying to keep me from worrying about it. There's no need for him to be concerned about that. And again, I can kind of understand how he feels. I'm his friend after all.
That's not why I was calling. I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Huh?
I can easily hear Yosuke's panicking on the other side of the phone. He's probably surprised that I saw the Midnight Channel, when I shouldn't even be in Inaba right now. He must be thinking that the Midnight Channel is now appearing on a national TV network. Looks like Teddy isn't telling him.
Did Teddy not tell you? Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today. I figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
You haven't changed. So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Resentamo?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a sister complex kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think? Oh, I ought to tell you, that program's not the only strange thing lately.
Uh-oh.
Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either. They disappeared.
Whoa! Woman, I'm at a loss for words. Not only has the Midnight Channel come back on, we've lost contact with 3 of our friends. I have a bad feeling about this. Can't believe those 2 things are unrelated.
Alright, we should get together tomorrow like we planned.
Yeah, at the Jeunesse food court. Welcome back, partner.
I'm suddenly reminded that I hadn't even greeted Yosuke yet. I finally feel the sense of worry fade a little. I answer with a
It's good
smile.
to be here.
No matter what has happened, our friends may be in danger. If that's so, there's only one thing to do. Speaking of things I have to do.
Oh, right. Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I had a feeling he wouldn't get it if I don't tell him flat out. This is rather hard to bring up, but oh well.
Yeah, Teddy asked me to get it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough! Damn it, you're wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk.
I'm already here. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Seems he understands about his souvenir. In any case, preparations have been made. Tomorrow, I'll meet with everyone through whatever information we have in the situation. If we have to, we'll go back to that world. It's best if this is all just our imaginations. But unfortunately, we know that the Midnight Channel wouldn't have appeared without a reason. I should make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and get some rest. This place is lively as always. I look across the food court on Jun's roof for the first time in a while. Even though there aren't many people in Nava, this place is exceptionally crowded. You sure about that, dude? Plus it's Golden Week as well. It's busier than usual. I happen to run to Yosuke at the elevators. We briefly greet each other. Guys are weird like that. Yo, I call bull. Bro, it looks like freaking Japan's in lockdown. And this is years. I mean years before the pandemic. Come on now. Crowded? Where? These seats are empty for crying out loud. The closer we are, the more simple our interactions when we meet each other face to face. Two of us step out to the food court. We immediately find Yukiko and Chie. They wave back at us past the playground area from the bench they're sitting on.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! We missed you! The guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well. Welcome back. Should we...
Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it?
Yep.
But I'm glad you came.
You're lucky she likes you. We chat more while we sit down. The Yosuke stands up and clears his throat loudly. He's probably been waiting for the right moment to say something. He hasn't mentioned anything to me, but I can easily guess what he's about to say. We all look towards Yosuke.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Fair enough. Chewie, welcome. Big Damn Judge, welcome. All right, great to see y'all come in the party and check this shit show that's going on.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
Whatever you do, folks, do not let these two women cook. I'm telling you right now. They will take curry and destroy it. Like Sojiro from Shibuya would roll up on their ass and be like, how dare you destroy my recipe? Like, bro, these two here mix coffee with curry and hot sauce. Oh my god, these two should not even be allowed near the kitchen. I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. And if you haven't watched if you haven't played P4 Gold, or you haven't even watched Persona 4 Golden Animation, I suggest y'all check that out and you'll see what I mean.
I don't think the applause is necessary.
I don't blame you. Why not? It's been 2 months since we last saw each other after all. Bro. Chi and Yukiko start chuckling when I shrug. And though Yosuke seems saddened at that, he still ends up laughing along as well. It's a relief to see that they're the same as always. But because of that, it makes me even more worried if the friends that aren't here right now. We can't start slacking off. We begin to sort through the information that we know about already.
Well, let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
Huh. She has a reason for not being here. We can still contact her. The Naoto should be fine. That leaves Teddy, Risa, and Kanji. Not hearing back from them after an entire day has passed isn't normal at all. The relationship between their sudden disappearances and the reappearance of the Midnight Channel last night disturbs me. Interesting. Alright.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
She is pretty angry about it. The locals know about the rumor of the Midnight Channel. In other words, this troubling broadcast has already been seen by who knows how many people. From what I've been told, the moment Chie tried to ask another student about the Midnight Channel, the other girl ran away with a look of fear on her face. No surprise Chie would be angry. But in the end...
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, and we can't find him.
This smells fishy.
Yup.
Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. Go inside the TV. Out of everything, that was the element that shook our common sense the most out of everything we experienced last year. Actually, the murders in last year's events happened in another world inside the television. This world is filled with monsters called shadows that are born from people's hearts. Because my friends and I gained personas, the power to defeat these shadows, we were able to enter TV screens and fight them.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
But even then, we presumably would find it extremely difficult to exactly leave that world on our own. In order to come back, we need the exit TV that our friend Teddy was capable of creating.
Not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
No matter what the reason, it's reassuring to know we have an exit strategy ready for us. To be honest, I almost fell into it the first time it appeared in my room, after all.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
Well, sure, look to confirm our intentions. All of them nod back. I can see the seriousness in their eyes. Even though there was a 2-month gap since I last saw them, they still continue to put their trust in me. I feel a sense of pride as I stand up from the bench. The large screen TV in the electronics department directly below the food court. That was the entrance we always used last year. I have a thought, but I'm gonna wait till this.
It's a holiday, so the store's full of people.
That's full, bro. That's like pandemic
Around
full.
town.
It's time to go. Hello. All the models are on sale right
Yo, that fro.
You know, it's been a while since last time.
I'm a little nervous.
Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! The customers are going away!
Let's go!
Yeah! Isn't this
Whoa.
different from usual?
What's up with them TikTok colors?
What can we do? We can't stop now!
I hear a voice. It's a woman's voice. It sounds familiar to me. This voice is...
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Oh, baby. I don't sense that distinctive floating feeling that I usually have when I enter the TV world. I concentrate, I realize that I must be sitting in a chair. The moment I open my eyes, I see vibrant blue. The Velvet Room. I visited this place an untold number of times last year, and once more in my dreams yesterday. I never thought I would return to this place.
Huh? It's not a dream this time? What's going on? Didn't my contract end already?
Igor, who usually sits front and center, is nowhere to be seen. The one to greet me is the woman with silver hair, Margaret. Could this be a personal summoning then? That happened a few times last year too. Margaret smiles as if she senses my suspicions.
This room is tied to your fate. Nothing that occurs here is meaningless. Though you reached an end to one journey, you now find yourself here again. This shows that you will once again be faced with a question.
A question? And something really is going on?
Another mystery's appeared, and we're about to be dragged into it again. Could that be
From
what she
here
means?
on, what befalls you will upset your status quo. It is true that you've opened the door once already, but all things change. Nothing ever remains the same. What you gained before will change over time as well. You will have to face them once again.
Face them? Again?
First thing that Margaret's words stir up in my mind is the sight of my friends' smiling faces. Is that going to change? No, that can't be true. I faced him again? That's impossible. There's no way I could leave this room. I should still be with my friends. There's no need to jump to conclusions. Margaret appears to have anticipated my thoughts and smiles while narrowing her eyes.
Show me how you will proceed down the path that awaits beyond the door you've opened.
That's a whole lot of drinks, I'll tell you that. Round the shots for everyone. My vision wavers and the blue light before me vanishes quickly. Wait. I still need to know what you mean by those words. Too late now, your ass is awake. Place a bookmark, yes, I'll just add this.